Hi everyone, David here. It's 24th of June. Uh, it was a fucking exciting and exhausting day, and I just finished writing my journal. It took me almost 3 to 4 hours to be done with it. Anyways, so um, yeah, so market sort of opened gap up and towards this range boundary. It's a little more clear when you zoom in. And so I was excited to have it open close to the range boundary that within which it was stuck for what, 6+ weeks now. I'm sorry about the disturbance. Yeah, so although obviously I didn't get out, get in when it breached the range in the first 5 minutes. I waited, obviously, and then it went again, and it sort of consolidated, and all the while it was at the back of my mind somewhere that uh, it shouldn't be trusted, because proper consolidation would mean that it has to go sideways for at least a day or two before breaking out, which didn't happen. Also, the call yeah, and if you see, it had actually breached the low before going up, and sort of forming a sort of a higher low, higher high, higher low formation. Not exactly, but yeah, even if you were to consider it to be that. Uh, Plus, most importantly, the call option price action was not supporting the breakout that the index was, seemingly trying to do. But nevertheless, considering it was the monthly expiry, I sort of got it. Okay, I was prepared to take that risk. So, even after I got in, the call price action was not at all supporting it. I got in with my first trade with 80 to 500 C, which I got in at around 40 rupees with the SL. In fact, I didn't bother about the SL, because I was like, it's 40 rupees. I'll take 100 quantity, and it's like the risk, well within the risk, and I'm fine with it, going down to zero, as long as my view is intact. So I continued on with it. It went up to, I think, a maximum of 48.50, and it wasn't going up despite index moving up by even 150 points. And then my doubt, I started doubting it, but I because I had a bias that I have been waiting for this move for so long, and the fact that I hadn't gotten a trade in what, 10-12 days. I was hoping that, and I'm more comfortable trading breakouts. I sort of thought that I was sort of rooting for this breakout, without realizing that that bias is not letting me understand what the market has been trying to tell me since morning, which is that it was going to fall. I realized that it was going to fall right when it started falling, because around here, I think, yeah, around here, because this previous swing low here got breached by this candle, 1225. This candle, the 1235 candle. So I realized, and from the price action and from all the things that I was blindsided to because of my bias, it just all came. I sort of pieced it all together, and I was like, fuck. So even before I exited from this call side trade, I got in with a put side trade, but because I was in a hurry, because I knew that the fall was going to be sharp, I sort of entered the trade with 80 to 500 put, which was sort of stupid because the call side trade, which let me be comfortable with the trade, to let the option go to zero as long as my view was intact, was 700 points away, and this was like what, 300 points away. So I obviously got it at a much higher price. I got in at 116 rupees, and the SL was 60 70 odd rupees. It was actually supposed to be at 45, so I didn't even get time to calculate it properly, so I just assumed it to be 60 rupees and took 60 quantity, making the risk to be 3600 something, right? Now the fall was so sharp that the put option, the concerned put option, went up till 414 rupees from my buying price of 116, which is like, crazy. Yeah. But within, as now, one slight, technical issue that contributed to this was, I had to look at the, there was no way I could have looked at the Sensex chart in, so I was trading from my phone, which probably I shouldn't have. I should have been using my laptop, but yeah, I I couldn't open both the Sensex and option chart because TradingView support, like it only shows 15 minutes delayed Sensex chart unless I take a BSC subscription or something. So that added on to it, but yeah. So basically, what happened was I didn't book anything. So when it shot up here, what actually happened is from 414 it went down to 55 rupees. At which point I was like, okay, this is probably going to be a whipsaw, and I should get out of it. And I got out of it around here, which sort of became the low of that option. Ideally, I should have waited till my SL, which was 45, but then I saw that if I do that, the cumulative loss from both the trades would cross 6,000 rupees, which, as per my SOP, if it crosses 6,000 rupees in a day, I should not trade for 2 days. So I was like, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's gonna fall now, so I'll just exit, call it a day. Then it started falling, and what was marked as a high at 414, market actually went up till 689, so almost close to 700. And if I had just stayed for like 2-3 more minutes, I would have been in the trade. But actually that's not what contributed to it. What actually contributed to it was the fact that I didn't pick these proper strike price, which led to the wrong position sizing, and yeah. So a lot of things about my system came exposed through this one trade. The silver lining is that I was able to wait for 2 weeks for this trade, and I was able to spot when this trade happened. And the trade that I was actually waiting for was the breakout trade, but although when it didn't happen, I knew I could spot, and I'm sort of happy about it. But yeah, when you spotted a trade that could have given you almost 6-7 times profit, and you screw it up because of your execution, it pinches. But yeah, it did help me expose a lot of flaws in my system. One of the main things was, of course, I've added it to my system now that on expiry days, especially post noon in the second half of the session, I should position size and strike, select the strike in such a way that I'm comfortable holding the trade till it goes to zero if it gets to it, as long as my view is intact on the index chart. Plus, another important thing that I've added was the trailing rule was a little ambiguous, wherein my trailing rule was book the first half when the momentum fades and the other half when the trend reverses. Now, momentum fades was a very subjective thing, open to interpretation, which I obviously interpreted to my desperation, where I wanted to, because I was on a drawdown of 30% and I didn't get a trade for 12 days, and market has been stuck in a range for 6+ weeks. So I was like, I'll carry this entire, quantity and hold on to it until the trend turns, or and if I had booked half quantity somewhere around here, I would have comfortably held on to it, you know, and been able to see this. And now look at the beauty of it. It actually took support on yesterday's close, at which point I would have been able to book a good, profit. So I've amended my trailing rule now to state that I will book half, like I'll trail with half quantity, trail half quantity with 1 hour after it crosses 3 hour, book full quantity when the trend reverses. So a couple of tweaks here and there, and it was a really good journaling session which lasted, I think, 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, good day, I'd say. I mean, yeah, I'm sort of high from sleep deprivation, and the fact that this fucking trade drained me and exhausted me, I actually got high when I was managing this trade, because it was, whew, yeah. So that's about it. Also, another interesting aspect that I wanted to, bring out was, I tried to trace the same trade in Nifty, and it turned out that I would have been able to take the exact two trades, the on call and put side, with a better risk reward. And I had chosen to trade Sensex when I did a similar comparison, and I had found that Sensex was outperforming Nifty. But now that I see that it's not always the case, at least I'm going to go back to Nifty, at least for this set of 20 trades, and I'll just keep on tracking Sensex to see if this holds, so that I can, weigh my decision on some statistical data. Yeah, and I'm kind of comfortable thinking I'd be actually a little more comfortable and relaxed if I am trading Nifty. Although I was a little allured to the notion of being able to trade 2 expiries in a week. Now, like today, it was not even an expiry of Nifty, and it still outperformed Sensex. And Nifty as such has less volatility. I'm more comfortable trading Nifty because I've like years of experience trading Nifty, and Sensex I've never touched until a couple of months ago, at least like until last month, to be honest. So yeah, so these are the updates. I would have shown you the option charts and everything. For now, you just have to take my word for it, because yeah, I'm sleep deprived right now, and I'm pretty much high of sleep deprivation. Yeah, but I'm glad that I could, finish this off and make this video as well. So yeah, about tomorrow, since we are going to stick to Nifty, let's do a quick analysis of that. Yeah, I might have to rearrange the resistance zone to you know. But more or less, I don't think. Yeah, you know what? I'm just a little too tired. I'll do this thing tomorrow. I'll just see you tomorrow. Yeah.